Hello, everybody, and welcome to the A Act of Love podcast. My name's Alyssa, and I'm here with my mom, Heidi. And today we're here with Madison and Miguel, who have been so kind to kind of share their adoption story with us today. So thank you guys so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And I'm glad, Miguel, you could join us. I mean,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Yeah.
I'm excited. Yes.
Sometimes we don't have the husbands join, but Madison asked if we wanted you to come on. I'm like, oh, if he's willing, let's
bring him on in. Yeah.
He doesn't mind. My daughter, she would have totally hopped on too, but we weren't sure about how to do this. So I was like, how about you just sit this one out? But she's always open.
Well, she's probably going to say the same thing. I mean, if she's willing to talk about it, we can always have her come on too.
Yeah.
So kind of hear from her perspective, that's something she's open to.
Yeah.
Exactly, because I think both of our sides of the story are just from two completely different worlds. And so yeah, she'd definitely be willing to share with you guys. So we could set that up later.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Of course. That'd be great.
Yeah. So you guys, you're going to have to, now Alyssa knows more about your story than I do.
Yeah, you guys adopted through foster care, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you guys want to tell us how you were led to foster care adopt, or if you were just led to foster care, that was what sat on your heart and what led you into the adoption part of it, or whatever you're willing to share.
Okay, well, so we started foster care, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
It feels like an eternity when you're in it. We started 2 years ago, so we were 5 years into our marriage, no biological kids yet. And we kind of came to a point where we're like, we have a house with extra rooms. We have, a big car. Like, why not help kids in need? And so that's kind of where our journey began.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah. Same thing. We've been married 7 years, and in that process of waiting, we said, we have plenty of room. Let's do it. I mean, it's something that I think since I was a little kid, I've always told people, like, I wanted to have foundations and help orphans and help kids.
Oh, that's
it became a reality. But we didn't know anything about it until we just stepped in. So
yeah. So you went into first foster. Is that what I'm?
That's correct.
Fostering, but from the get-go, we let them know we're also open to adopting as well. So we're kind of open to either one depending on what the situation was.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. So at least in our case, I did infant. So we got her when she was shortly after she was born. She was about 2 months. Yeah. But she was a preemie, so she was in the hospital for about 6 weeks. So.
Oh yeah.
So can you tell us what your process was like doing it through the state? And if you went through your state, or you found a child in another state, and what the steps that they had you go through in order to be a foster parent and then turn to adoption.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, like we were kind of like you in a sense of we said infants first. Like we kind of were like, we're young. We don't feel equipped to have older kids. And we said, especially not teens, just because we're like, they won't respect us. You hear these nightmare stories and you're like, absolutely not. But we will help a baby. And I think we even said like 0 to 4 years old. And so from there, we fostered some babies. We had some babies that came out of the NICU. And then we kind of had a little bit of every age. When our daughter came along, we didn't know it was going to be an adoption case. When I met her, I thought we were going to give her a place to stay for a little bit, and then she was going to go off to a family member or her biological mom. So like when it comes to like looking into adoption through foster care, it was like uncharted territory for us. We weren't familiar. We didn't know anything about it. But once our daughter said like, "Hey, would you guys be willing to adopt me?" We're like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And then we're like, "But what does that mean?" I don't know. And
What
we
does that entail?
yeah, like it was just we were also kind of freaking out a little bit. She was probably freaking out too because it's just new for both of us.
Yeah. So she asked you if you would be willing to adopt her.
So when she first came into our home, she wasn't even familiar with what foster care was. So she had a laptop, like a school laptop. So she was researching like, what is foster care? Why am I in this home? Trying to figure things out. And so she started asking me questions like, so does this mean like y'all are gonna adopt me? Things like that. So and I explained what foster care was. I said, no, we're giving you a safe place to stay. Sometimes it leads to adoption, but that's not always the case. And so she has a relationship with her biological mother. And basically that wasn't an option for her to go back with her mom. And so she was just kind of like, well, is that something she kind of would touch on it, but kind of like not direct, but subtle hints. You know what I mean? To where me and Miguel kind of would talk privately and be like, okay, is this something that we would do, So yeah.
Okay. How old was she
She
when
was
she moved into your home?
14.
14.
Okay.
Her birthday was a week after we got her. So
Okay. And so were you the first foster home that she went into then?
The second.
yeah, she was in another one before us for like
Couple days.
5 days.
Okay. And so how long was she with you before she's like, can you just keep me?
Yeah.
I think like I remember the first night she came into our home, it was pretty emotional. Um, she came in, we had a little baby, like maybe a 3-week old at the time. And she came into the house. She was like, we showed her room, which we had fixed up, a nice bed. We try to make it as comfortable as we can for the kids that come in our home. And
Yeah.
she was just crying. We let her, she hadn't talked to her mom since she entered care. So we let her use our phone to contact her mom. And they were both crying on the phone together. Like she just kept saying, like, she just felt safe. She was like, okay, I made it to a stable home.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that was kind of
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I mean, that was I think the first, moment where she felt safe, and that was our um purpose, is to just make sure that every child that comes into our home feels secure, feels safe, feels loved,
Yeah.
and
And it took some like we talked
yeah,
to her a lot. So any kid that comes into our home, we don't want to just give them a place to stay, but we really want to like help them navigate their feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have an open space. Like, do you want to talk about how you feel right now? I know this is scary. And so we kind of, with her, just every single day, we had a time where we just sat down and we just talked. And I let her know like just some of the guidelines in our home. And I think after about a week, she was like, okay, like I'm good here,
Yeah. Really, a week. That's quick. So
Yeah.
I have to say that when I first looked into adopting, we looked into the state. And so we went through some of their classes, and they scare the crap out of you. I'm just saying. Those
Yes.
classes are not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
I
Not
mean,
easy at all.
No.
From
I
what
mean,
I've heard.
yeah, they kind of scare you of the horror stories they tell you. And it sounds like you didn't have any of that. That she just was, she didn't have like the honeymoon stage or any of that type of thing. She was just good. And how does that work? I'm like trying to figure that one out.
Well, we've had a mix of experiences. So by the time she came along, she was probably maybe our eighth um foster child in our home. So we had a baby, we had a 5-year-old, a 9-year-old, And with each and every one, we had a completely different experience.
Right.
So, I mean, there was a lot of nights I didn't sleep at all because they were just screaming all night. So we've had a wide range.
Yeah.
I can't say that she's every kid because she's not.
Yeah.
We had at one point we had a preteen who was a little bit more on the challenging side.
Mhm.
But I guess maybe our age helped in a sense of I could kind of get to their level a little bit and be like, listen, if you want to run away, tell me. So you could go and run away at a different house, just not at mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm sleeping, okay? And so they respected that because I was just like, I know you're probably considering running away. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Safe home. We aren't going to mistreat you, but if you want to run away, tell me first.
Yeah.
Right.
So she kind of laughed. She's like, okay, I promise. Like, I won't do that to you. I was like, okay, good. So with Iris, I can't say she was in just 100% like ready to rock and roll when she got in our house. It was kind of like an onion where you peel the layers
Right.
and just walls start coming down little by little.
Right.
And there was a lot of times where we just had to reassure her. And I think a lot of teens, there are some that, like we have another teen that we're also in the process of adopting.
Okay.
There are some teens that are just thankful. Like
Yeah.
some of them don't even ask for much. They're just like, we just want somewhere stable.
Yeah.
Because not all homes that take in teens are that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard crazy stories.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we've heard many stories of kids, teenagers that, they write letters like, I just need a place that, I can stay and feel loved. And I feel like a lot of these teenagers, they just want to be loved deeply. And
Yeah.
they're kind of desperate of like, I just need to be accepted and loved.
Yeah.
And that's why whenever she came in, she just, we're believers, and I believe God, uses us and is His love through us, and she just felt that connection, and she just felt loved.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made everything easier. Where she was like, I need this. I've been missing this for many, many years, or my whole life. So that's why I think she just, it was like that click of like, this is the right house, this is the right family for me.
Well, and then the stability of probably having a mother and father in the picture is probably something that
Yeah, I
she
think-
really needed or wanted.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids just want just love and stability. That's
Yeah.
kind of just basic.
oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need to be rich
Yeah.
for a teen to be like, I want to go live at the rich person's house. They don't care. They just
No.
want at a stable home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Somewhere they feel safe, right?
right. Yeah.
It
And
is true. And
a lot of the responses that I even got on a post I made, which is what I was telling y'all about.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, when I'm rich, then I'll do this. I'm like, no, that doesn't matter.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't need to wait. You just
You don't have to wait till you're rich.
Yeah. I mean, we started at we were 25. I mean, we're still young wanting to travel, and we both work full time, and we were just like, this is the least we can do is give a child a place to stay.
Mhm.
yeah.
And you're adopting your second child, then you're in the process. If you don't mind me asking, how old is she? Or
She's
he?
six-
It's a she.
it's a she, yeah. No, not a teen boy and a teen girl. That's big.
That would be a lot.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's 16, so they're both the same age. They're actually like
She's 2 months older than our
Than our
current
daughter.
daughter.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
And how does your current daughter like that? Is she okay with that?
yeah.
I have to say, my girls are only 10 and a half months apart. And I remember when they were going, they were getting ready to go to kindergarten and first grade and stuff. And I was like thinking, if I keep her back in the same grade as her sister that's below her, I can just see they're going to hate me for the rest of my
would've
life.
hated it. Yeah.
And so
Like, I love my sister, but we need to be like separate at sometimes.
they're 10 and a half months apart. So technically I could have done it.
Yeah.
And she graduated when she was 17.
Yeah.
And so did the other one. But I'm like, I just know that it's going to be a problem. And sure enough, I'm like, would you have had a problem if I kept you in the same grade? And she's like, oh, it's a good thing you didn't.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, the same feeling that you had, Iris has had, which is like, look, we're good, like we love each other, but like
That's solo
she wants
time.
to have her own identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put us
Yeah.
in the same,
Yeah.
boat.
And I think Maddie has helped a lot. She has 3 sisters, so, and a brother. So, she understands
The dynamic.
dynamics because, it's you're never gonna be like 100% like every time hanging out and laughing. There's gonna be times where, they're gonna clash and they're gonna disagreement, and we tell them the most important thing is communication. Just communicate your feelings, and you say, hey, I need some time by myself.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's acceptable, and that's needed. I need it.
Yes.
I'm away
Everyone
from
needs
fire
it.
for a moment.
I definitely need it.
Yeah.
100%.
So it's just part of it. But a big thing is that we've told them is just communication. Communication is just helps everybody.
Yes, which is totally true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think if they're upfront with that in the beginning, then you don't have a lot of arguments. If you just say, okay, I just need time.
Right.
Just leave me alone for half a second and then I'll breathe and I'll come back. But
Right.
my daughter that's below her, she's also autistic. And so she's on the spectrum. And so she's my one that definitely has to take a breather. So
Yeah, she just goes and does it herself.
yeah, she'll just say, okay, just get out of my room. She doesn't say it in a nice way, but that's okay. As long as she just say
Yeah.
She's like,
just as long as we know she just needs a second.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause she's just like, please just get out,
Too much.
Yeah, too much. She can't handle the overstimulation or too much going on. So it's just like, sometimes my husband doesn't understand that. I'm like, okay, for all of our sakes, just get out of the room.
Yeah, just stop.
Just go out. just walk away, please. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Yeah.
So, how many children do you want to have? Do you guys have? Do you have a number? Are you going to try to have any children biologically or take more in?
We're honestly, we're open to both. We are 100% open to having biological children when the Lord wants, and we're open to fostering and adopting more.
Mhm.
I don't think one should overlap the other. Like,
Right.
oh, we're gonna adopt, so we aren't gonna have biological, or vice versa. We're gonna have biological, so we aren't gonna adopt.
We're just leaving it all open, just whatever comes, whatever God wants to do.
Right,
Yeah.
because we didn't see adopting teenagers in our plan, our book of plans was not.
Yeah.
It's been the biggest blessing to us, to where we're kind of like, I'm not going to put a limit on anything because this has been such a blessing.
Well, it kind of sounds like, I'm going to say, your calling, that God kind of made you guys for that. It sounds like, in an area where the kids need it the most.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those children don't have the opportunity. People don't want the older children because of the baggage they come with, or this or that. So, I think that you're a blessing to their lives. As much as they are to yours.
Yeah, no,
right?
it's a blessing.
That's how adoption works, right? Yes. Yeah. That they're a blessing to you, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's more, you think that you're coming in to save them. In reality, I always tell people, like, once you enter into this world of adoption and foster care, you can't just leave. Yeah. Like, it's ingrained in your brain, these faces and this need. I could cry about it just because it's not something you could just walk away from. And that's why I'm trying to expose as many people to this world as I can, because you can't just ignore it.
No.
Yeah. And that's the best thing, because it does need to be exposed, and people need to be open to the idea, and that there's all these kids that need love, all different ages.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And I just feel like, there's millions of kids that are needing a good home, good parents, and loving family. And like Maddie was telling us earlier about, people write and they think they just make, probably we've thought that before, of those excuses in our minds of like, no, I'll do it whenever I get here, or whenever I have this amount of money, or whenever I'm in a better place. And we just keep saying these things, and at the end of the day we don't do anything about it. So,
And I was never the most like gifted with kids. Like out of all my siblings, I wasn't like the children guru. I was the one that stayed to myself. So
Yeah.
so when somebody says like, man, you guys like y'all must be like really special, I'm like, honestly, we're really not. We just said yes.
yeah.
And we've made a lot of mistakes. Like one of the first babies we had, he was crying. We would give him bottles. We're like, maybe he wants to watch TV. We didn't know what we're doing. We're like, let's put the TV on. Maybe he wants to watch TV. He was 6 months old. And we realized like, no, he's just exhausted. And so we've just had to figure it out as we went with babies, with toddlers especially, and with teenagers. And
Yeah.
I can't say that like anybody will ever be 100% ready
Yeah.
to do it.
No, nobody's ready. Nobody's ready. And like, I keep bringing God back to it, just because he is the one that, gets all the, the credit.
Yeah.
Just because without him, it's really difficult to do things in your own strength, because you will get tired, you will get frustrated, you're gonna wanting to quit, or like, overthink things. But that's when you go back to God, and he strengthens you, he gives you the grace, gives you the encouragement, and he gives you the favor to just move forward and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Yes. I mean, it sounds like you guys have actually gone through all the age groups. You just like he gave you each one to grow through, right?
Yeah.
To help prepare you. And I think that with being a parent at any age or stage, you don't know what you're doing. So
I don't think anybody knows what they're doing.
I mean,
100%.
when it's the first child, you're just like, I mean, by the fourth, I had 4, but by the fourth one, it's like better and easier. But every child, all 4 of my children, none of them are alike in any way, shape, or form. They're all different personalities, and they still all live at home. And she looks really young, but she's 30.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I was thinking maybe in your 20s.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Kind of have a baby face.
Yeah, she does. So
no, that's a gift. That is
it is a gift. It's a gift.
That's what I always tell
her. So, but I still have all 4 of them at home, and I'm like, it's amazing that we have 6 people under the same roof, and we haven't killed each other yet. You know, because
it is
all so different, and you love each other. You know what I mean? So I always tell our kids, I go, the one person, well, besides God, that has your back is your family. So they're the people that you can depend on, that will be there for you no matter what. Wow. So, and that's something that we've always told them. And I think they took my husband and I's word for it, because they're still at home.
They took it very literal.
Literal. Well, I think that's my fault, because I said, they can stay as long as they want. And I didn't know it would be, in their 30s, but that's okay.
That's all right.
When she's ready, she can stay with me as long as she wants. I don't care.
And when rent's not ridiculously expensive.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all are in Utah?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know about that world. That's a whole other planet than over here.
Utah. We have a different world. Well, I got married at 18. And so my husband and we were high school sweethearts. So we've been married how many years? 36?
35 or 36.
Yeah, 36 years. So a long time. Been
That's a
together
very
forever.
long time.
So, but yeah, here it is a little bit different like that. But a very religious state.
Oh yeah, I've heard stories about y'all's state.
Yeah.
They're probably bad, and it's probably not as bad as you've heard. I'm just assuming.
Yeah, just like with anything, like people.
Okay,
like
if you're talking about
exaggerate.
Housewives, the Housewives show, that's so not Utah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of Utah, but there's areas like every state.
Well, I know not to trust social media too much.
Yeah, you can't with anything.
I was born in California, so
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've lived here since I was 4, but I was raised by my mom was from California, so I have a more open-minded as far as religion. I mean, we're religious, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's got to be cheaper there than it is in California. So
A lot cheaper.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
way cheaper than
It's
California.
a lot
Still a
cheaper.
lot, but it is better.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What state are you guys in?
we're in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
The
Okay.
I heard a little bit of Southern in there hearing you
Yes.
talk.
I got the southern. He probably doesn't have it, but I definitely do.
I'm from Colombia.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. So how did you guys meet?
So both of our parents are pastors. Mine are pastors here in Louisiana.
Okay.
His are pastors over in Colombia. We met when we were like, what, 14, 13?
We didn't.
He saw me.
Yes.
Oh, he saw you.
There was a conference in Orlando,
Okay.
Christian conference, and I came with my parents, and her dad was a guest to sing and preach, and
Okay.
everybody knew her dad because
Yeah.
he was very, popular.
Mhm.
And I remember seeing her far away, and I was like, I thought she is so beautiful. I would
Yeah.
love to marry her. I thought that. I was
Yeah.
13 or 14. And that was it. I lived in Colombia. She lived here. She didn't know me.
He didn't speak English.
And I was like, she will never talk to me at all. I mean, I'm just a guy from another country. There's plenty of good looking guys here. Whatever, just a crush I have.
The-
So, anyways, I just left home, and then we had Instagram at that time, and I followed her, and then I said in my mind, this will never happen. I'm gonna unfollow her. So I unfollowed her, and years later, she appeared in my DMs.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
My
She
friend,
started following you.
She what?
Is that how it worked out? She started following you then?
She started following me. I was like, wait, am I? And the funny thing, and this is where God is in the details, because
Mhm.
I came from I had a broken heart from a previous experience I had, where I was like, God, I just take care of this area of my life. I don't want to pursue anybody or try something in my strength, a relationship. Just take care of it. And
Mhm.
like 2-3 months later, that's when she started following me, and then I was like, I cannot believe what's going on. The girl that I was gonna marry and wanted to had a crush is
You put it out
following me.
there.
Yeah,
You
in
put
the
it out in the
universe.
universe when you're like 14.
I
It's like one
mean,
of those vision boards, and she came back around.
yep.
it is crazy. So, anyways, and then we started going back and forth, and then
Here we are.
here we are 7 years later.
That's amazing.
That's so awesome.
That's awesome. That's a good story. That's a good story. Okay,
That's
so
so
when
cute.
is your adoption on your second daughter going to go through? You said you're working on it, or
Yeah, so we're in the process with her. We're going into her adoption a little bit more experience than we did with
Yeah.
Mhm.
the first time?
because both of our girls are from other countries as well. So
Okay.
one of them is from Honduras, the other one is from Guatemala.
Oh, awesome.
On top of the adoption process, through foster care, they're also working on their legal process as well,
Okay.
which is a whole nother layer of mess.
I can't even imagine.
It's a lot.
That would be a lot.
It's a lot.
His idea of having like an orphanage or a place for all sorts of kids kind of sounds like is what your house has turned into then.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting the different.
Well, one of the teens that that was messaging, they were from another country too. I forgot where it was.
Dominican.
One from the Dominican, another one from the Philippines, which breaks my heart for these teens in other countries that really they don't have the programs that we do.
Yeah.
So anyway, we were talking about and we're like, we need to figure something out for these kids.
Yeah.
I don't know what yet, but we're gonna figure it out.
Yes.
You have to try to adopt them, right? I mean, do some sort of adoption.
There's got to be like what would be ideal is I was telling him, I was like, we need to really like think about this idea of, because there's these little villages. Both of our girls are from very small villages in their countries that have no resources.
Yeah.
So if you're in an abusive situation, you're
trapped.
Yep, you're trapped, and that's how young girls get into trafficking and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm totally going way off course here.
No. I mean, the thing is that I totally get what you're saying, because it does. I mean, especially because now you're thinking about your daughters and the situations that they were fortunate to probably get out of, and how many girls are trapped in those, and what you could do to help those children that are trapped in there that didn't have the opportunity that your daughters have had.
Well,
I get it. I'm there for you. I understand where you're going.
Yeah, she always talks about how she wishes she could adopt like all like the little kids in Africa and stuff. So she's like right there with you.
Only if I could have someone that could clean my house and cook.
Right. Yeah,
I would do everything else with the kids.
So I tell my girls all the time. I'm like, we even made like a presentation, like a family presentation of this is who we are as a family and as a whole. And I was like, we need to recognize like we're in a safe and secure place, and we're thankful for that. But there are kids that are not. And we still need to help.
Yeah.
So anyway, our heart goes out to these kids in other countries.
Yeah.
I don't know how to help them yet, but I will figure it out.
Yeah. If you figure something out, let us know.
Yeah.
And
we'll let you know. We can join forces.
Exactly.
We totally can.
Good advocates.
We could do another podcast about it and get the word out saying, okay, we could use your help in this area,
Yeah.
So we can do that.
I mean,
we need forces.
In with like, it's just my mind just goes into, because we were talking and I was like, if you're a young girl, you're in a small area that doesn't have resources, you're being abused, and somebody messages you and gives you an opportunity for cash or to get out of it, you're going to jump into it.
Right.
And then you're going to get yourself in a terrible position.
You don't know what
that person. They have no idea. They're just thinking it must be better than where I'm at now. And then that's how you just, that's how we're in the problem we're in now, and with trafficking, honestly.
Yeah.
So, and with boys too.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's what children all
ages and
sexes, genders,
so yes,
your houses, and I need a maid, and then I could do it.
Yeah, a chef, a cook, a maid, and then a really large house with all the bills paid for.
Right? Yeah. Okay, there you
go.
Yeah, that would be perfect. I would take care of the kids. I don't mind playing with the kids and doing all that stuff.
No, that sounds fun.
We could do that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people like us out there that are like, just give me an opportunity and we'll do it.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, right now we're focused on, let's try to recruit more foster parents to share the load, the responsibility.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking even bigger than that is just kids in these areas that are unreached.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and there's a lot. And I know that there's a lot here too in the United States.
Yeah, there's just so many out there that need
everywhere.
Help.
Yeah, it's
oh my gosh, it's
where do you start? In all honesty, that's the thing, is where you guys started, and God put you in the place to start for you. So,
well, if you think about it, the amount of churches that are in the U.S. versus the amount of kids that need help, the ratio shouldn't be like that.
That shouldn't.
have this many churches and this much of a need.
Yeah.
And so to really reach out, we're in our area, we're actually going to be doing like a campaign reaching out to churches to really encourage them. Like, you don't need to take 5 and 10 kids. Like, just take one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have 4,000 kids that need homes in Louisiana. There's 4,000 churches in Louisiana.
Oh, so if one church took one child,
One child.
a family in one of those buildings. Yeah.
Exactly.
See, that makes it sound doable, and it should be able to be done.
Yeah, really.
I mean,
There's no reason
go
not
like,
to.
yeah, when you
Right.
explain that, yeah.
Well, that's kind of where we're like, I would love to take all the kids we can. You know, we get called every day to take in kids.
Yeah.
I would love to do it, but that's how you get burnt out.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's how you can really overdo it. And so I'm like, what can we do?
Yeah.
We can encourage other families to just take one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah.
Be with them, help them.
Yeah.
A baby,
Yeah.
a teen, whatever it is. Teens, you get to sleep at night. Babies, you don't.
No.
Yeah.
That's true. Well,
Doesn't
some
count.
things you can. If they were my sons, probably not so much.
Yeah, probably not.
Mm-mm.
It does depend. The girls we've had in our home, we've only had teen girls mostly.
Yeah.
They like to sleep, which
Yeah.
is A-okay with me. I have no problem.
My girls are always have been fine. It was the boys that gave us a little more run for the money. So
Yeah,
no,
imagine.
still do. They still do, but that's okay. Now they're adults, but they still live at home. I don't know.
Oh,
They
yeah.
get frustrated with them.
Yeah, just like siblings, just in general, just get frustrated.
yeah.
That's part of it.
You're around anybody longer than like a day, you're gonna want to strangle each other at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, it's a good thing I have to go to work.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing because my husband works at home. I work out of the home. She works out of the home 2 days a week. So it's just like, okay.
Out of here a little bit, yeah.
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 We need a vacation. That's what we have to do. Vacations. Girls go on one, the boys go on another.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
We actually do that. We go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
The boys don't really like
well, they're
it.
going
so-
fishing.
And,
Yeah.
oh, Disneyland, yes. In California.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's closer for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, than Florida.
Nice.
And it's not the humid kills me.
Oh, in Florida?
Yes. Yes.
See, that's our world. So
Yeah, I know, you're used to it. And
Yeah.
see, in Utah, it's dry heat. We have dry heat.
yeah.
So we can do the dry heat and the elevation, but you put me in a humid place, no, not
Oh,
good.
it's different. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
another level.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, how would you suggest someone get started if they're interested in becoming a foster parent or looking into adoption through the foster services? How would you tell an adoptive family where to start or what to look at or ask or
How
consider-
you started. Like, what did you
Yeah.
guys do to kind of start?
Yeah, so I guess every state is different.
Yeah.
But obviously getting the orientation is like, of course, do that. A huge thing for us that we actually didn't discover until like a year into fostering was an actual community.
Okay.
So we were really on our own for that first year.
Mhm.
And we were like, I don't know how anybody else, you feel like alone because you get parenting tips from other parents and you're like, that's nice and all, but your kid hasn't been through trauma.
Yeah.
So it's a whole nother planet. And your kid has known you their whole life. This child has only known me for a week. So,
Yeah.
you start to feel really alone. Like anybody that's wanting to adopt, you should foster first because fostering has taught us so many skills that like now we've seen it all kind of
Yeah.
that we're like, okay, now I know what to do. I know how I don't know how to explain it, but like most of the foster children we received, he's different than me.
Mhm.
I panicked. I just like would go, and I'm a pretty go with the flow type person. but you kind of freak out. You're like, I have basically a stranger, even though they're a child,
Yeah.
a stranger in my home. I don't know them. I don't know their habits. I don't know anything. So as a mom, I'm panicking. We had one child on day two. No, the first night they were at our house, they called us mom and dad. I was freaking out, you know.
Yeah, how do you even respond to that?
They're like, mommy, daddy. I was like, ah. I was like, this is like not, I was like, I don't know what to do. And I can't call my regular mom friends because they don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was chilling. I think you were pretty cool
Yeah,
about
I was
it.
like, I'm here. Let me hug you.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
He
You're
was
safe.
calm. I was like internally like
You know.
panicking, like, is this like a scary movie? You know, all the scary movies involve children and them like
That's true.
which to me it messes everything up because I was like, these scary movies mess me up now. I'm scared of the 5-year-old in my house. Um, so I think for us, like if I'm giving anybody advice, it would be find a community.
Yes.
If you're wanting to adopt, try to foster a little bit, even if it's respite, like 3 days here, 2 days here. It doesn't have to be long term.
Okay.
But just so you can get your feet wet in how to handle these things. Because if you jump straight into adoption, it's gonna be fine. Like you're gonna be good, but I would suggest foster a little bit first, get your feet wet and how to handle these things. Even with babies,
Yeah.
I can even go down stories of like when we got one baby from 2 weeks old. He was out of the NICU. Um, and he came to our home, and I'm holding this tiny thing, and I'm like, ah, look at
What do you do?
I don't know what to do. I'm not even familiar with the system because even when a child is up for adoption when they're newborn, parents still have at least here it's like 30 days,
Okay.
30 or 40 days for the someone to claim them.
Okay.
And so that that kind of nervousness of I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to be able to keep them or not? When you've been fostering a little bit, you start to kind of know the drill a little bit more.
Yeah.
That you love them, but you understand the process.
Yeah.
So yeah, like go through your state's websites for foster care. There's even some smaller programs that are a walk alongside you a little bit closer. We didn't have that. We were cold turkey thrown in. Uh, we like I missed like 2 weeks of work because the baby we had, I didn't want to put him in daycare. I didn't know how to put him in daycare. So
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm not coming in for 2 weeks. And I was with the baby every day.
Yeah.
How my boss didn't fire me, I don't know.
You were like
Another blessing.
another blessing.
Yeah, well, luckily she was very supportive of our journey. So she was like, take the time you need. But I definitely, that's kind of my nuggets for anybody that's interested.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that, would compliment what my wife said of just understand this is with what purpose. It's not just to like, oh, I just want to adopt because I just think it's cute. But understanding like there is a need, a huge need. Um, and that's when you need to step in and just do something about it and be available, like my wife said. That being available is so important. No, not being perfect, not being Mr. Smarty Pants. I know everything. I know how to take care of kids. I'm not an expert, but just be willing to learn. Be willing to be like, you know what? I don't know how to do that. Can you teach me? And just be willing to learn, and that's gonna take you to that place of I'm gonna take care of a baby. I'm gonna take care of a toddler, a teenager, a preteen, and that will equip you to become a
And
father and a mother.
and don't overthink it
Yes.
because you can talk yourself out of anything. You can freak yourself out. You can like in the hype of a moment you'll say yes, but then just as fast as you said yes, you could say actually no.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's one thing when you think about it, like we were right before we got our daughter, We were actually going to stop fostering completely. We had a 5-year-old for 6 months. She was supposed to be with us for 2 months. It turned into 6 months, which is kind of the norm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we adored her.
She's
She
the one that called us mom and dad.
right on day one, yes,
No.
it was the one that made me freak out. But we loved her. She loved us. She called us mom and dad. Like, we just adored her. I mean, my family loved her. So she was reunified, which I was so happy for her because she had siblings that were in other homes. Anyway,
Yeah.
either way, it still just felt like a piece of our heart
Yes.
left our home.
Yeah.
And, so in January, we were devastated. Our home was empty again. And we were kind of like, I think we're gonna just like we're not gonna do this anymore. And we were looking into maybe doing an adoption from Colombia or something.
Yeah.
So we started looking into that, and then I didn't let my home development worker know that we were like thinking about stopping. So I was still getting calls like every single day. So finally, they called me like 4 times one day, just, hey, I got a 2 month old, I have a 3 year old, I got a 3 week old, I got a 1 week old. And then I'm hearing all these stories.
Yeah.
I'm curious, so I'm always like, well, what happened?
Mhm.
And as I'm hearing them, I just started to just cry. And I was like, we can't just walk away from this.
Yeah.
Because it's not the kid's fault that they're in this situation. Like, it's just, it was emotional. So I called Miguel and I was like, Miguel, I think we need to say yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think it's important for the parents. It's important to, take care of yourself and make sure you're in a good place. But so many times we put our focus too much on us and what we want and what we need, and like, oh, I'm feeling sad, or that made me upset. I'm done with this. And it's valid to have feelings, but
Yeah.
then you have to put your mind in like, okay, who is with the biggest need here? It's the kid, it's the child, it's the children out there. Like, I have to just put myself in a place of like, okay, I have my feelings. I, you know, talk them out. I communicate my feelings, and then I just move forward
yeah,
and I keep doing what I'm doing.
like, we're not doing it for the state. We're not doing it for the money. We're
Yeah.
doing it because these kids have nowhere to go. And then
Yeah.
a home is one. Well, then we hear horror stories about other foster homes that are abusive,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
where kids think I'm finally in a safe place to be and then
Yeah.
get abused. And so when you're like, oh, great. So now even like these other
Yeah.
homes are terrible.
Yeah.
And
You see that a lot, unfortunately. Foster care has, you see everything in it.
Yeah.
I think it started with a good heart, but if you don't keep that good intention and good heart as the foundation of that organization or whatever it is, whatever that branch,
Yeah.
it just becomes like
oh my God.
it becomes like a not caring situation, just like a automatic, like just
Revolving door.
robotic.
Yeah.
uh that's when you need to go back to like, no, 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 what's the heart of this?
Yeah. Right.
Save these children, is to give them a family, is to treat them like the same way as you would treat your biological children, is to love them, is to respect them, is to bring them into your arms and just give them just love.
Yeah.
So not for you cannot forget that that's the heart of foster care.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and for us, like for us, it was even harder because we went from 0 kids to an instant kid. At one point, we had 4 kids total, which was like for us was like, oh my gosh, like back to back in 1 month.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, all my like my church, I would show up every Sunday with an additional child. Like, whoa. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Um,
It was challenging.
yes, it was a lot. But it's just when you meet these kids and you see their faces, you're just like, okay, this is a human we're talking about, not a statistic.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Not just a story.
Right.
Yeah.
Person that has their own story.
Yes.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah. Because I mean you just people say foster kids, or orphans. And you're like, oh yeah, there's a big need for that. That's sad. And then just move on.
Yeah.
But I'm like, look at their face.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, understanding of that's something that we've learned in this process is with each child. Sometimes you want to help and you want to see the results like right there. You want them to be like, happy or free of trauma. And at first, you try to, the process to be faster, but it takes time, to for them to walk through these feelings and for them to just move forward.
For example, we had a preteen. She was the one that was a little bit the one that I gave the pep talk to. Like, if you want to run away, tell me first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She was someone that she was trickier in a sense of she wasn't absorbing as much as like our other kids at the time. She was just kind of like I don't even know how to describe her. She was just having a hard time because of just things she's walked through. Like we said, all these kids have different experiences. And so and all of them respond differently to their experience. And so she was just I can't say she was difficult. She was just different than what we had experienced. And I remember I just spent a lot of time talking to her, just like, how are you feeling? Talk to me, tell me what's going through your mind right now. Um, and so we would walk around the neighborhood and just talk. And so by the time she left, she went to stay with a family member, and she kind of before she left, she kind of acted out a little bit, did a teenage move,
Mhm.
typical teenager stuff. Um, which had me devastated. I was crying really hard about it because I felt like we were making progress, and right before she left, she just did all these things that she knew we didn't like, and so I thought like she hates us and doesn't like us and doesn't care.
Mhm.
Some months later, it was actually this past Mother's Day. I got a call from a number. I didn't have it saved. And it was actually from her. And she said, "Hey, can you call me?" And I was like, "Oh, she's gonna tell me that she's mad at me because she had to leave her." You just don't know,
Yeah.
and she has bad feelings about me, and Miguel. And she called me and she said, "I just want you to know, like, thank you so much." And she just said she loved us and missed us. And I was like, I was in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought you didn't care. I thought you weren't listening to anything we were saying. I thought we were like, I thought you, I felt like she didn't feel like we really loved her.
Yeah.
Which we did, but kids,
Yeah. She was probably hurt that she had to leave or just showing it that way that
it was acting out behavior of like, I'm going to reject you before you reject me.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when she called me and said all of this, and she's set for reunification with her mom, it touched my heart so much that I was like, she was listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a thing too, is these kids, you think they're not, but they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're a lot more thankful than they tell you.
Yeah.
And they're a lot more just like, there's just so much going on in that mind of theirs.
They just don't know how to express it.
Well, they have a lot going through. Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah, like there's so much to unpack up here.
yeah, their whole world's like up in the air. I mean,
Oh yeah, you don't know who to trust. You don't know.
yeah, and the people in and out of your life, you're taken out of the home that's supposed to watch out for you and care for you. And
Oh, if I shared her story, or if I shared any of these kids' stories, which I'm gonna keep them private,
yeah,
but you get it.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You hear the story and you're like, I
yeah,
got you.
yeah. It's totally understandable.
Yeah.
Well, where did you? I was going to ask before we let you go because I know it's been almost an hour now. Where did you find your community? Where do people look to find the community that helped you carry and help support you through all of this?
I think you want to answer
Well,
first.
like on a logistical note, we on Facebook,
Okay. Well,
um, there
that's
was
what.
a page, it's called Grafted. In our area, it's called Grafted. I
Okay.
can't say all of them are.
Yeah.
It's a private page, but once I joined, I made a lot of mutual friends through that.
Okay.
There's probably like, I know in our city, there's like even groups during the week, like for foster parents to connect and talk.
And there's events. There is, times where events where they meet, like all the kids come together and they eat, they hang out, they play games. That's a big thing. Social media, Facebook, thousands of people are there. Usually it's by, I don't know, by parishes or
Regions.
I think in other states is counties.
Okay.
So that's a huge thing. For us, I have to bring God again, but for us, the support of Facebook, the community, or other foster parents, but the community of the church is so important.
Mhm.
Not just going to a building. I'm not referring to that, but I'm referring to that family, that church family where, they're, you know, I mean, these kids. I would say if we didn't have this church family, it would have been really difficult, just because these kids, this church family really opened their arms to all of these kids. They brought them gifts, clothes, brought them,
They would babysit for us every Friday night so we
right.
could go on a date.
No, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it has been really overwhelming. It has been just beautiful experience. They've been so loving, so understanding, so generous. So I think finding those people, it doesn't have to be many or thousands or hundreds, but those that you can really trust and that you can really count on, and you can open up your heart and be like, hey, I'm going through a lot. I'm
Yeah.
feeling upset, overwhelmed. How do I do this? How can I change a diaper? How can I do, what do I do in this situation where my kid is freaking out?
Like
What should I say?
after the baby that we had from 2 weeks old, he was reunified with his grandparents at 6 months old. So we had him for his first 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
He was ours completely. And when he went with his grandparents, which thank God they have a great relationship with us, so we get to stay in touch. But we were just devastated. And our community let us go to the beach for the weekend to just breathe.
Yeah.
That would be hard.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I think that that's one of the things going into foster care is being able to open your heart and love completely, knowing the fact that you could lose that child. And I think that sometimes I know for a fact it takes certain people to do that. Not everyone can do that. And
Not
so,
everybody's capable of being
No.
able to deal with that.
yeah, that loss.
Oh, and there's some people that have had kids for like 2 years and
Yeah.
had to give them up, which is a whole, I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah.
Like even our daughter Iris, we had to fight for her
Yeah.
because it was set for reunification, but it was basically we had to fight because we knew it was wrong. That shouldn't have even been an option.
Yeah.
But some cases you can't fight, and you
Yeah.
just especially babies mostly.
Yeah.
You just gotta just say,
Yeah. And seeing that's a hard thing. See, when we looked into foster care, I'm like, I just knew I couldn't give the child back once I got it.
yeah.
And so that's why I just went to adoption. yeah, I wasn't capable of giving back after if someone gave me their baby. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's mine.
I don't think I could do it either.
Oh, well, I think that's one reason after this, because that happened last year where he was reunified.
Mhm.
After that, we said, I think we're gonna stop with babies completely because
Yeah.
it's just, there's so many nights I just didn't sleep, but I was happy to do it. I loved him so much,
Yeah.
but just to let him go in one day,
Yeah, that's the hard part.
it
Yeah.
was gone.
Yeah, and that's what I think, in the future, I believe foster care and these other um nonprofits or whatever, we have to go back to like what's the priority here. It's not the adults, it's the kids. What's best for the kid, what's best for the baby, what's best for the child. So I think that's something that needs to be restructured in foster
Oh
care.
yeah,
You
because
know,
that's the hardest thing with getting people to foster is that, and I can't blame anyone. We've walked through it.
Yeah.
It is like,
Because it's their goal to reunify.
oh,
Um,
it's devastating.
reunification, yeah, is the goal of foster care. And so sometimes at the stake of losing the child. So
Oh yeah. I
and
mean,
that's what
horror
I
stories.
too. Yeah, that's a huge problem with
and
foster
of
care.
course, like always, there is scenarios and there is moments where reunification. It's
But it's a small percentage of reunifications that are right.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah,
I don't know the statistics. I'll figure it out.
yeah,
But it's a very small percentage. I mean, the 5-year-old we gave, and I believe she's doing well, but we just don't know. Like
yeah,
we haven't heard anything. Her mom changed her number completely, and you just hope for the best,
yeah.
you
That's all
know?
you can do because you don't have any rights.
Oh yeah, you don't. And those are things on the foster care side of things.
Mhm.
That's another thing we're kind of looking into is how do we fix this to where it's what's best for the child,
Yes, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
because the adults make adult decisions
yeah,
that brought them to this point.
yeah,
These children did not make those decisions.
yeah,
And so that's kind of on that end. Adoption, we love.
yeah,
Adoption, there's so many kids available for adoption.
yeah,
Why not? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Um, but it's so funny because I'll see people, and did you fostered first, or you
No,
just?
I just strictly adopted. We did when we were looking into adopting. We went to the state and looked into the foster care program, but to solely adopt a newborn
Mhm.
was where we were going. But we went through that, and then after, I'm like, I think we're just going to have to adopt a newborn, and
Yeah.
so then we just went into straight adopting a newborn. So
Yeah, we
did
considered that. When we were looking into adopting from Colombia, um, we considered it, but it was like I think it was what $30,000. It was like
I
30
think so.
something,
It
more
was
than that.
yeah,
It was like base because then you have the travel expenses and everything.
no,
And
there's
so
a medical. Oh, but it's Colombia, so yeah, and if you have to stay over there,
international
yeah,
international is like it's so complicated, which
it is. Yeah, every country's different. So
I
I
think
mean,
overall,
that's why we've just stayed with domestic adoptions because every country you go into has their own laws that you have to go by, and it's crazy.
yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah, I don't think it should be that complicated
Yeah,
because I think there's thousands of parents that are wanting to adopt, but
Mhm.
it's so
For
complicated.
sure.
yeah,
And I get it, it's not like it's not every person has good intentions, but at the same time, I think you can make it a little more accessible, easier for parents to, because there's a huge need.
yeah,
So I think, it
I know
needs.
there's grants and things.
yeah. Well, there's some countries though that won't even allow the children out of the country. So
Oh yeah.
that they just are keeping the children in the country to spite. I don't know. I don't know what the intent is for that, but I
It,
mean, the ones that pay the price is the children. So
Right.
well, that's what it all comes down to is that because I mean, you have a lot of people with the heart. It's just comes down to, okay, well, what does this look like? And
Yeah.
foster care is a route.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest route. I'm not going to act like it's just a dream boat.
Yeah.
It's a challenging,
Yeah.
it's definitely a challenging route. And I could see people making the decision like you did. If
Mhm.
we had like connections or knew more, maybe would have done it. We don't regret it though because of the experiences we've had.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's gotten your daughters to you. So,
yeah, like
right. So it's like that. I mean, whatever you choose, that's like with Alyssa, her and her sister are biological siblings, the two girls that are 10.5 months apart. So I always go back and think that by saying, okay, yeah, we'll take Alyssa, I got a bonus child
Yeah.
because I got her sister 10.5 months later
Mhm.
when they called and said that she was born. So it was like, I always go back and think that one decision I got two. So
yeah,
there was other babies that were in hospitals when I was looking to adopt. And they're like, okay, there's these little boys sitting over here, and there's this little girl, and I'm like, okay, we'll go with the girl.
mhm.
And that one decision I got two. So
Yeah, well, it's beautiful because it's I don't even know. I really don't even know how we jumped into foster care specifically, but that's where we were led. And for you to be led to this beautiful girl right here and her sister,
yes,
it's
it
just
is by God. So it is His grace. So He like kind of directed. I mean, whenever you look at your adoption story, I think most of us have that, right? So you can see His little touches here and there, and that led us to where we ended up getting our family from. So
Yeah.
wouldn't have it any other way.
Wouldn't either. Well, thank you guys for coming on. We truly appreciate it.
Having us.
Hope that you guys have a good 4th of July tomorrow. Hopefully you're
Yes.
Y'all too.
Yes. Enjoy. Eat good food.
Yes, I'm planning on hamburgers. I'm going to try a new recipe where you cut up bacon and you put it in with cheese and stuff. So it does sound good.
I'm excited. I didn't know about that.
I saw it on TikTok or something. It was a recipe on there.
Oh, that's where the good recipes are.
Right? I know.
There's a lot of them on there.
So she'll close this out, and then your daughter, you if you want, you have our information when she's ready.
Yeah, you guys can all come back on and kind of tell your story together, or just whatever you're open to. We would love that.
Oh, we love it.
Oh, she
would love it.
She is so excited to share because she's actually in the process of writing a book.
Awesome.
Oh, great.
I think she said the title was The Painful Silence or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was something along those lines of just the years where she just had a lot going on but never talked and spoke up.
Yeah.
And so encouraging other young girls and young boys to speak up, talk to their teacher, whoever they need to.
That sounds
That's a really
awesome.
good
Well,
book,
good
yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she'll come on. I already know she'll be so excited. So we'll just get it scheduled.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys too.
Yeah, thanks.
And thank you so much for Madison and Miguel coming on and sharing their story. And sounds like they're doing such great things and want to do more with advocacy for foster care. And we love to see that too. And we will link their TikTok in the description below, so go follow them. And if anybody out there has any more questions or wants to learn more about adoption, you can visit our website at aactiveloveadoptions.com.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look at y'all's website too. I'm curious.
Okay.
Yeah, just aactiveloveadoptions.com.
Yeah.